Hey everyone, welcome back to Lord of the Coins, where I objectively give you guys my analysis based on price action. The purpose of a lot of my videos is just to show you guys how I quickly analyze some charts and identify areas of key interest for my own trades. So I'm going to show you guys what works for me personally and how I managed to keep over an 80% win rate trading the markets, even during this bear market. So we're going to cover an analysis of Rune in this video. And I do think fundamentally this is a pretty good project and has a lot of potential for the next bull run. So if you're just looking at some levels to DCA, this video should answer your question. But the main point of this video is to set up some swing trades for this cryptocurrency. So in terms of Rune, I'm going to cover a few things in this video. I'm going to cover the exact levels I'm looking at for swing trades on Rune to, really take advantage of a massive swing trading opportunity here. So definitely stick around for that to, get the exact trade entries. And then towards the end of the video, I'll also give you guys an update on Bitcoin. So without further ado, let's get started here. So if you're currently looking for a long trade on Rune, I would definitely wait, as right now we have bearish order flow at the moment. And if you're kind of confused on how to find bearish order flow, let me explain that to you guys. So right here, we have something that is known as a sweep. And you can see that price really just pivoted off of this level right here. I can show you guys how to find that. And that is the exact method I'm going to use to find the other pivot, into a long trade here. So let me give you guys this short example first. So right here, what we have is known as a sweep. So a lot of times when liquidity builds up like this, market makers will sweep out all the, positions that, that were kind of placed a little too prematurely. So if you went short right here or short right here, maybe you thought this was a double top. There's just so much liquidity that builds up right here that smart money was going to wick you out. So that is exactly what happens. So all this liquidity built up and smart money wicked you out. That's what is known as a sweep. And it's usually a large candle like this, and some people call it a raid candle. So after that, what you want to find is a change of character. And the change of character comes from the bottom of the move that did the sweep, and I usually denote that by a Y on my charts. So what I mean by that is this. This is the move that did the sweep, right? And that is the low. So you want to find that and see if that gets broken by a candle close. Once it does, it generates a zone of supply in this case, since we are bearish. This is what the zone of supply looks like. So once you get the zone of supply with a candle close, once price goes back in to tap into the zone of supply, that's how you confirm bearish order flow. So price, we generated the zone of supply, price came down, price went back up right here to fill the rest of the orders for the zone of supply. Now we have bearish order flow. So that is exactly what I'm looking at for a long trade here, a swing trade into Rune for a pretty substantial gain here. So this was about a 67% move, and I'm expecting a much larger move up here. But at the moment, I am expecting more down movement before, a large move up. So that is exactly what I'm trying to show you guys. So in terms of kind of where we are on a higher time frame, I'm actually gonna go to the weekly here. So I just marked out a few weekly order blocks on Rune. Order blocks are found by, so bullish order blocks are found by finding the last down candle before a large move up. So before this large move up here, we have this order block right here, which is this last white candle right here. And same thing with this move up, we have these two white candles right here, which makes this bullish order block. So definitely these are kind of the two zones of demand that I'm looking at, but I'm going to show you guys exactly, just how to get into, instead of just blindly kind of getting into these order blocks, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to get into a very, very safe trade and pretty much guaranteed for a pretty massive move up here. If Rune goes back to, just say we're following this trend line or something, and Rune just goes back up to test this trend line, we're still looking at a 4x pretty much. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I'm going to find my entry into this trade. So I'm going to go back on the daily here, and I'm going to show you guys a couple things. So right here, I'm going to take the fib from the top to the bottom here. And since we are bearish, you can see that a lot of our pullbacks back up have been pretty shy. So I don't think we're gonna really see much of a pullback here, and instead we're just gonna fill this fair value gap that exists up to this candle right here, and probably find some rejection here before we move back down. That is currently what I'm looking at. And to test the accuracy of these order blocks, you can see that price actually just like barely touched this order block, and we're on our way back up. But a lot of people will say, hey, we've tapped this order block, we're probably on our way back up, right? The thing is, when you get wicks like this into order blocks, that means there were a ton of orders here. And when you get large wicks, that means all of the smart money orders have not been filled yet. So with that said, I think price is going to come back down to re-tap into this order block. So I'm going to actually go on the daily here. I'm going to show you guys something. So I have a FRVP here in this range. You can see that the POC is actually all the way down here. So I'm just going to draw a horizontal line on the POC. And the POC is called the point of control. It's just where most of the volume exists in this area. And I do think that price did come down to at least touch this POC. On top of that, if we do zoom out here and we turn on the VRVP, which is just volume nodes. So when you check the volume nodes, you can see that we have a pretty big node of volume right here. So I'm actually going to mark that node as well with a line. So now if you kind of zoom in again, now I'm going to turn off the VRVP here. Kind of in this area between 921 and 902 is a pretty, zone of high demand. So I do think prices are going to come back down here to fill this, all the orders left in this order block. So, and that would also go in line with my theory of a sweep and change of character, just like this. So there definitely is many orders, placed right here, with stop losses probably set, just like right here underneath this high, right? And probably some people who went long here and set their stop losses here. I believe market makers are going to punish anyone who don't take profits here and sweep everyone out. So in terms of kind of the price action I'm looking at, price could range and consolidate here for a while. But when price comes down here, let me get rid of this drawing. What we're gonna get is a sweep. And once we get this sweep, that'll be our sweep right here. Tap into this order block again to refill all of the market maker orders and sweep out all the liquidity. And then what we're gonna get is price movement back up like this, which will be our change of character, just like that. Mark that with a Y. And then this will in turn create a zone of demand. And since this is a zone of demand, I'm gonna make this green. And the moment price comes back to tap in, price can like kind of do its own thing, consolidate for a while. And once price taps back in, we have bearish or bullish order flow. And we're gonna see probably a really large move up from here. So this is kind of the overall price action I'm looking at in terms of Rune. And another reason for this is that, we are kind of forming a rounded bottom here, and rounded bottoms are absolutely parabolic, especially on the daily like this. And we're gonna probably see a large move up here. And when rounded bottoms, complete, they usually target either 3x of the size of the bottom of the round. By that I mean like this right here. So 3x of this is like 1, 2, 3. Something like that, which would give us a gain of around, 15x here, which is pretty nuts. And a lot of times when, round bottoms form, they also target like the previous swing high. So this is definitely, a pretty massive trade on Rune that I'm looking at here. So in terms of Rune, this is definitely the level that I'm looking for at around, like 92 cents to around, 89 cents. So that is probably where so if I were to set up a long position here, I would actually set it up at, the start of this order block, and the trade would be invalidated if it goes past this order block. So that's where my stop would be. And pretty much I'm going to set up pretty much like DCA points inside this order block. So just say I had $100 to put into this trade. I'm gonna put in maybe $20 right here, or at the start of this order block. I'm gonna put in $30 probably at this POC. And if price kind of goes down lower, I'm gonna put $50 the rest of my order down at the lower portion. The reason you wanna do this is because it makes your DCA position a lot better. So instead of having your position right here, if you just put everything right here, your position will actually be kind of somewhere down here, giving a better RR. So your entry is actually looking something like this. It makes your risk a lot lower. And in terms of targets, I am definitely targeting. I would definitely be targeting the swing high for my final take profit, but I will definitely be taking profits along the way, probably at these relative equal highs, at this point of liquidity, this point of liquidity, and then this point of liquidity. And if this trade gets invalidated, then definitely this next order block is what I'll be looking at, and I'll give you guys an update on this coin if that ever happens. So another thing that I want to go over are the moving averages on the daily. So I'm going to get rid of these drawings real quick. So I'm going to turn on the 50 and the 200, and we're going to see where the golden cross is going to form. So a lot of times when you're taking swing trades, or you're kind of like a breakout trader, you're always watching the 50-day moving average. What you want to see on the 50-day moving average is a flattening of the 50-day moving average. Right now we're kind of getting there, but we're still in this down slope, right? So this kind of also gives me some confidence to my theory of, we're going to come back down. Because this moving average, since it's sloping down, we kind of want to see it flatten out and then slope up, right? And a lot of time what price action will look like when this happens is that price will kind of do this. The flattening out is the sweep, and then this curving up is when price comes back up to retest the 50. So pretty much you can catch this move on the 50 here, on a dip right here, with like another order block that forms, or you can catch this point right here, which is known as a sweep. So this is the point I'm looking at for the swing trade, and I think this would be the most optimal entry into this trade. So yeah, in terms of Rune, this is definitely what I'm looking at here. So definitely don't miss this opportunity, as this can be a pretty massive swing trade here. So as promised, I'm going to give you guys a quick update on Bitcoin as well. So I'm actually going to the blue chart here. So in terms of Bitcoin right now, I thought Bitcoin was going to go down here. I definitely was wrong about that, but there was a lot of confidence that we would actually get rejected off of this VWAP with the weekly open, previous week POC, and that's what I thought was going to happen. And I do admit that I do make mistakes, but that is what is the 80% win rate. If I was 100% win rate trader, I definitely wouldn't. I'd be chilling with Elon Musk right now. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys, and if you guys want to know exactly why this went wrong, I did post the trade analysis on my Discord, and if you guys are interested in a private trading community where we're making trade calls like these on the daily, definitely check that out in the description down below. So in terms of Bitcoin, we're actually experiencing a MMBM, which is the market maker buyer model. So let me show you guys what that is. So this is what the market maker buyer model is. So we're actually seeing that right now, where we have 3 moves down and then 4 moves up. So let me mark that out in boxes for you guys. So this is 1, 2, and 3. So this is consolidation and then run to support, which is down here. And this is the accumulation and low risk buys and smart money reversal. So what happens here after that is that you get a distribution, 4-stage distribution. So this is 1 right here. This is 2. And I believe the 3rd stage distribution is going to be at the previous range highs around 17,600, which would be around here. And that'll be our 4th move. So price action is going to look kind of like this. So we have our first move, come down. We have our second move. We have our third move. We have our second move up here. Third move up here. we're gonna consolidate right here, and then we're gonna have our fourth move up before probably seeing like a wick and then a move back down. So in terms of a macro outlook on Bitcoin, this is kind of what I'm looking at right here. I guess it's not really macro, but kind of a medium-term outlook on Bitcoin within the next couple weeks. As you know, we do have a pretty volatile week next week coming as well, so I can definitely see this happening. So in terms of a quick outlook on Bitcoin, this is what I'm looking at. And in terms of a long position, if you guys saw my last Bitcoin video, I would definitely check that out, as these are kind of the levels I'm looking at for Bitcoin for long trades here. And pretty much I was pretty spot on with my Bitcoin calls until right here. I did say that we were gonna get some hard rejection off of these relatively equal lows, and which we did right here. But I just thought that we'd actually receive another rejection off the previous week POC / the weekly open, and we come down into this zone of demand here. But it seems like price just went straight up, and we're kind of at range highs right now. So this is our range high, and this could just be a deviation, but the fact that I see some consolidating kind of shows that we might actually see a move up here. So definitely be wary of that. I would kind of just observe price action for now. I think it's kind of risky to take trades. So for me personally, I am just kind of waiting out the market to see what it does. And I think there'll be a more high probability of either going short here, or if you can hold 17.6, I'm gonna go long here. It's kind of just like my general consensus at the moment. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed my analysis of Rune and Bitcoin, please make sure to leave me a like and subscribe, as it kind of helps out my channel a lot, and I'll definitely bring you guys a lot more content like this. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, let me know in the comments down below as well, and I'll see you guys next time.